Cat TV is celebrating 30 years of community media. Help support Cat TV's next 30 years by becoming a member today. Your membership will help us continue covering meaningful, local content. Thank you for supporting your local community media station.
So greetings everyone, and thank you for coming out. Thank you for joining us in the cold month of February. Today's the nicest day of the year. My name is Jonathan Phipps. I'm the SVSU Equity Coordinator, and I would like to welcome you to the Southwest Vermont Supervisory Union's flag raising celebration of Black History Month. I'm going to start off by speaking about what the significance of Black History Month is. Growing up, I always wondered why February, the coldest month of the year, was Black History Month. The answer obviously is rooted in history. February 12th is Abraham Lincoln's birthday. February 14th is recognized as Frederick Douglass's birthday. His exact birthday is subject to debate due to the circumstances of his birth. You see, Frederick Douglass was born a biracial slave in the state of Maryland. I'm from Maryland. Records for enslaved persons were not often as precise. Thus, his self-imposed birthday of February 14th is a date commonly associated with his birth. Douglass would eventually free himself from bondage and grow up to become arguably the most prominent abolitionist of his time, and even later advisor to the aforementioned President Lincoln. We, you and I, black and white, will not be where we are today, able to have this conversation in this capacity, had it not been for Frederick Douglass and others like him. Sorry, I'm terrible with this speech thing. It's men and women like Douglass and their immense efforts are partly why we celebrate Black History Month. We do this to acknowledge and celebrate their efforts and remind us of the continual struggle necessary for equality and justice. We also celebrate culture, the culture and people they struggled for, and acknowledge the immense contribution Black culture has impressed onto all of us, and will continue to do so. Black history and culture is American history and culture, and it is also world history and culture. We have two flags here today, this one and then the one that's actually underneath here that we will be putting up. The first and most likely more well-known in modern America is the Black Lives Matter flag. This flag stands as a contemporary symbol to hear the voices of thousands of black women, men and women in the nation who face injustice on a continual basis. We will raise this flag today to remind and galvanize all of us to endeavor so that these black men and women can feel safe, secure, wanted, and so that they can know that they do, in fact, matter. The second flag is known by multiple titles. It is seen in front of me. I will refer to it as the title was taught to me as, the Black Liberation Flag. This flag, like the people it represents, has its own immense history and culture behind it. It was created by prominent black advocate Marcus Garvey, and it was adopted in 1920 as a way to galvanize black and African people, not just in America, but across the whole entire globe, to celebrate their rich culture and history. This flag's meaning to myself and millions is very significant. I came to learn of it in 1995 when I was 9 years old. There, my family and we attended the Million Man March. I was told for the first time what each of these colors mean, and I'm going to share that with you. The red symbolizes sacrifice and blood, meant to signify the efforts already taken for our liberation and the continued efforts that must be undertaken. Black symbolizes community and identity, often expressed as a nation of people, or the bonds found between these very same people. And finally, green represents wealth, but not just material wealth, spiritual, cultural, community wealth, the wealth of the land in which we originate. It is with great pleasure to know that these flags will always have a place within the SVSU. I am proud that we as a district are continually committed to what both of these flags stand for. Finally, we are here to elevate the voices of the black community within the SVSU and the wider community. Not just my own, but students, staff, teachers, board members, and others. We cannot create a future and stay consistent with this celebration of history and purpose without hearing, supporting, celebrating, and acknowledging those very same voices in the present and now. We as a district want them all to know that they do matter, they will be heard, and they will always matter within our school and our community. I'm going to turn it over to a student now, Eviana. By all means, please.
Hi, my name's Eviana, and I am a senior at MAU. I'm very honored today to speak about this flag. Having this flag part of the community means very much to me. It makes me feel valued and heard, although I do believe that this is one of the first many steps we have to take. I feel like this is a very big step to take. I feel like when people see this flag, they're going to feel like they matter at each and every school. Although I do feel like it should be broadened out to every single school so that every single school can see the individuality and see that those people, those students of color actually mean something to those individually schools. I really do think that this is a very big step. I feel like it's been long. I don't know how to really say it. I feel like this moment shouldn't have been so prolonged as it was. But I really do hope that this will show the community and show the school district that people of color are actually seen and heard, and that we are going to keep moving forward with this and actually learning from students and learning from their experiences that happen in each and every school, learning from the staff members and all the experiences that we are hearing. And yeah, I'm just very glad that this flag is a thing now. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Eviana. Those who don't know me, I'm Jim Culkeen, Superintendent of the SVSU. I'm going to alter my talk a little, Jonathan. This is when I know the difference in our age. 9 years old, you were going to the Million Man March. 9 years old, April of 1968 for me, in the assassination of Martin Luther King. And I remember reading an article, there was always magazines in our house, reading an article in Time magazine. And it struck me, not so much about the great civil rights leader that he was, but his age. He was the same age as my father. And that personalized it for me in a way like, who would want to kill my father? Who would do that? And those images that are embedded in my brain from that time led really a lifelong pursuit for me. I have been to the Ebenezer Baptist Church because I felt that I had to. I have been to Martin Luther King's burial site because those images are in my head. And sadly, I've been to the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, Tennessee, because I felt drawn to it in my study of equity in this country and how far we still have to go. So you're absolutely right. It took too long to do this. You're absolutely right. It should be at every school, and it will be. But we had to start somewhere, and I thank you for reminding us. The SVSU has declared this, I have declared this, our year of a study of equity. It can't end here. It's not a year. It has to be part of our culture. We're an educational institution. We always are learning. There's so much to learn about these issues and how we can be more open to everyone. I'm going to end with this. We started with the equity flag, now the Black Lives Matter flag. I don't know what flag. We've talked to our what's next? Who else should we be acknowledging and recognizing? You may have heard that central office is moving come July 1st. We're going to a downtown location. When I toured it, I noticed there is no flagpole. So we met with the developer, and the developer has agreed to put a flagpole there that will be the SVSU flagpole, because I wouldn't want to go through the effort of this today and then stop. So I am happy to announce that we can continue this in our new location. And thank you all for coming, and please come forward and help us raise this flag.
Eliana.
And I do want to take a moment to recognize our public information coordinator, Katie West, and her efforts with this today, including being out here with a snow shovel this morning trying to clear this.
Trying
But
and
I understand
failing.
it didn't go all that well, but thank you for the effort, and thank you to the Union Elementary School District maintenance staff that was able to get out here with a plow. For a minute there, I thought you were turning it upside down. Let me make sure I'm not. No, you gotta do it. Thank you. Why don't you do the honors?
Thank you all for coming out.